¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo están, queridos hermanos? Sean bienvenidos de nuevo a esta hermosa telenovela de- diaria. Bueno, no siempre es diaria, pero bueno, casi siempre. Ya, hoy nos queda un chorro de cosas por hacer. Ah, ¿qué tal, Jesús Morales? ¿Qué onda, hermano Seifer? ¿Ya abandonaste el Brave Exvius? Pues digamos que sí. O sea, ya no lo he jugado. Em, ya no estoy al día. Hace mucho que no entro. Ya tiene meses, creo que desde noviembre del año pasado, si no mal recuerdo. Estaba ahí como con la intención de regresar, a ver si, por lo menos para entrar, ¿no? A recibir los premios de lo que viene siendo el aniversario, ¿no? Y ver si ahí entraba con algo. Sobre todo que está el banner, ¿no? Creo que todavía está el banner de de Squall y de las nalgóticas. Pero pues todavía no lo sé. Ya lo tengo claro, obviamente, ajá. ¿Qué me falta? La Gotthardammerung. Va a estar buena. Ah, la defensora, que mal que bien. Está un poquito mejor que la Ragnarok. Excalibur. Okay. ¿Qué tal, hermano Daviel? Buenas, Sensei. Buenas, buenas, Daviel. ¿Cómo estás, hermano? Ah, quedamos que, ya llegando a esta novela llamada Final Fantasy. Gracias, gracias, hermano. Quedamos que obtuve el Genji Glove. Está bueno el daño, pero mientras quiero seguir aumentando mis puntos. Esto está bueno también. Aumenta la duración, aumenta la duración, aumenta el daño, aumenta el daño. Los ataques mágicos, mira. Aumenta el daño de los combos en 5%. Ok. Aumenta el daño de arremetida. Aumenta el daño, aumenta el daño. Disminuye el tiempo, aumenta el daño, disminuye el tiempo. Ya mejor, ya podré mañana estar activo, en activo, solo que ahora tendré que usar faja por un tiempo. Pues sí, hermano, sí, sí. Es necesario a ya sabes, ¿no? Mantener, ahora sí que todo en su lugar. Yo sigo de la fruta. Particularmente hoy en la noche, sobre todo más el rato antes de salir del trabajo, prácticamente desde las 5 hasta las 8 que llegué, bueno, 7 y cachito que llegué a la casa. Todo me estuvo doliendo del carajo. No sé si puede ser que sí tenga fracturada la costilla. Sobre todo hace rato tosí fuerte. Y uff, se me quedó el dolor ahí con unos 5 minutos. Entonces, bueno, pues yo espero que... Está granizando bien cabrón. Acá está. 3 puntos de habilidad obtenidos. Ah, en encuentros normales. Puta madre, pero casi ya no tengo encuentros normales. Ah, bueno, sí. Las vicisitudes del arte de la guerra. Nuevamente la targa de Thorgal. Al equiparlo se podrá ejecutar combinaciones de habilidades complejas con solo presionar. Ah, de autoataque, no, pues ninguno de esos. Yo creo que sí Ahora, no sé si... Es que ataques normales, digo... El cobre no se soltó Machine. Espero que no se sature mucho el sonido, hermanos, con la lluvia. Ahí aprovechamos. Tragamos y vamos por el otro. Ahora se dejó venir, pero con madre. Hace rato también, según yo, bueno, no según yo. Me voy a comer y empieza así, pero a diluviar, ¿no? Normalmente siempre vengo a comer a casa. Vivo muy cerca de mi trabajo, trabajo muy cerca de donde vivo. Entonces, no es muy fácil, ¿no? Y me resulta cómodo y rico y como aquí en la casa y estoy una horita aquí, a veces me da tiempo a acostarme un ratito, A veces me pongo a escuchar musiquita, a ver algo en YouTube y así, ¿no? ¿Por qué le estaba platicando eso? Ah, porque entonces vengo a la casa, ¿no? Para comer. Y así, literal, solo salgo de mis queridos hijos, sí, sí. Sé que no pido mucho de ustedes en la guerra que se avecina, pero no veo otra manera de salvaguardar el futuro del ducado y de nuestra familia. Aún así, incluso si logramos derrotar a los salvajes y recuperar el aliento del dragón, el peligro que representa la plaga sigue ahí. Y solo con una nación unida lograremos superarlo. Y arme planes para resolver esta crisis. Pero con los obstáculos que hay en nuestro camino, es probable que les toque a ustedes continuar mi trabajo. Sé que tienen la fuerza, el coraje y la voluntad para hacerlo. Soy consciente de la peligrosa herencia que les dejo, y por eso les obsequio esto para que siempre tengan presente mi amor y la fe que tengo en ustedes. Su padre, Erwin. Pues más bien les dejó como trabajo. Sí. Sabía el ánimo, sensei, cuídate de esos golpes, tardan en curar. Sí, la verdad sí. Pues total que me diluvió, entonces ya llegué a la casa, me cambié, me preparé de comer y ya, ¿no? Y salgo otra vez, de aquí de la casa para rumbo a mi trabajo. Digo, ¿qué será? Una distancia de 2 kilómetros, yo creo. Pues de todas maneras, me volvió a pinches diluviar y yo así de, ¿qué chingay? Ya me quedé con la ropa mojada todo el día. Digo, afortunadamente traía sudadera y eso, entonces, pues ya lo único que se mojó fue la sudadera, que ya tuve que tender, pero ahora sí ya se me están acabando los zapatos secos. Creo que mañana voy a poner chanclas.
Small wonder he did not think it achievable within his lifetime. But he thought it achievable nonetheless. Had he not, he would never have written this message.
Buen punto.
Nor would he have entrusted his vision to his most faithful aides. Those who would
¿Saben qué? Sí voy a abrir la ventana, no las persianas, porque sí se ve bonita los rayos. Rayos.
It's a pity only they are still with us. It is true that those most loyal to your father were the first to suffer the Duchess's wrath. But one at least remains. And she has come bearing gifts. What do you mean?
Oh, what you mean? Oh, what you mean?
After all, the duties entrusted to me by my predecessor extended only to recovering His Grace's will and arranging a meeting with the one who might execute it. Or a part of it, at least. And where is this woman? She awaits you in the archive, Your Grace. Thank you, Cyril.
Ahora sí estoy viendo el día de hoy. Sí, hermano, ahora sí. Bueno, por lo menos aquí se ve todo nublado. Bueno, está diluviando, pues. No sé si en toda la ciudad sea así. Yo creo que no. Yo creo que nada más en el sur. Pero pues obviamente como todo está nublado. Uy, cabrón, estuvo fuerte. A ver, señora, ¿qué me tiene que decir de mi jefe? De mi jefe de jefes.
My lord, Your Grace. I hardly recognize you.
Pues sí, ya pasó algo de tiempo, señora.
I am Goditha, retainer of House Rosfield, loyal servant to the Phoenix and his shields. Your father, the Archduke Elwyn, entrusted me with the delivery of a gift. I only hope you can forgive my tardiness in bringing it to you.
Lift up your head, Lady Goditha. You have our gratitude for your service to our house and to our father.
I merely did my duty, as any proud Rosarian would.
My lady, perhaps you could explain a little more? What exactly is the gift?
¿Qué tal, hermano Mau? Hola a todos, queridos hermanos. Saludos desde Argentina. Suerte, hermano Safer, en otro gran directo de Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. Y saludos para todos en el chat. Gracias, hermano. Oh, el frío. Hoy también te tocó trabajar. Pues ya es tarde, hermano, para ti. Ya son ya es medianoche, bueno. Las 0:23.
Indeed, he was taken from us even before they could be completed. He had intended to claim the Heartstone with which each armband was to be finished himself, but it was not to be. And his gifts remain incomplete.
I see.
It saddens me to bring them before you, as they are. It was your father's wish that you be presented with the finished articles, not these works in progress. But with his grace long since gone, and the stone left unclaimed, I had little choice. You are grown men now, and his house is yours. And while I would not presume to insist upon your claiming the Heartstone in his stead...
Dice Chris, acá en Guatemala también está lloviendo con ganas. Saludos, Eifer. Saludos, Chris. Gracias, hermano. Pues sí. Pues que estamos ya ahora sí que en plena... Ah, y además, oigan, ¿se enteraron que tembló en el mar de Cortés? Bueno, en el...
May our father's will be done.
I am much obliged.
Do you know where we might find this?
En bueno, el Atlántico, pues.
Though it may be a matter of a good deal more than
6 punto y algo.
It is found in the bellies of elder griffins, you see. We do at least know where to find one.
You go.
A certain specimen has made its nest in Titan's Wake, not far from here.
A certain specimen?
You are most perceptive, Your Grace. In answer to your unspoken question, yes. In fact, this is the very same beast your father meant to slay. I have been tracking its movements since you were but a boy. Were you to slay it in his stead?
Y si es tarde acá, ya son las 0:25. Pues sí, hermano, si ya es tarde para ti.
What say you, Joshua? What else?
Uy. Derrota Sigmur en Estela de Titán. Ah, cabrón, ¿y dónde es eso? No sé. La orden de recólogo de división de Almec, informe mensual 53, segundo unos hallazgos, la tribu unos días de América es el elemento principal, Hugo Kupka, al indagar en aspecto poblador, descubrió un gran aspecto que llaman a Lord Kupka.
The Undying are not the only secret fellowship in this realm, you know.
Imagino.
Wake is to the south of here. But we must not be hasty. The good lady has been disappointed once already.
Lord Marquis, if you have a moment.
What is it, Cyril?
One of our brethren lately journeyed across the strait in order to pursue a new avenue of inquiry in our ongoing investigation.
Ah, sí.
He sent an owl some while ago, but we have heard naught from him since.
Y tengo que ir a buscar.
Is he surveying another fallen ruin?
No. The object of his study was a savior cult that has arisen in Ash in recent years. We believe it may have some connection to the Circle of Malleus, an ancient religion that worshipped Ultima as its god. By gaining an understanding of this new faith, we hoped to learn more of the Circle's original beliefs.
And so you sent one of your brothers to Ash, a continent teeming with orcs and Akashic.
Fully cognizant of the risks, yes. I entrusted the mission to one of the most able.
Está bien, vuelvo en un momento, voy por mis refritos que se están mojando. Pues sí, hermano. No, pues ya te tardaste. Dice, sí, yo escuché algo, pero hasta cuando llegué a casa vi las noticias respecto a lo del terremoto.
Lest they be lost in turn. Yet, it seemed only right to inform you of the situation.
Vaya por los frufritos. Si por esos frufritos ya con esta lluvia, van a estar ahí nadando los pobres.
It would not do to abandon a man to his fate when he might yet be saved.
It would not. But Ash is a big place. Can you be any more specific?
Perhaps. The last owl I received from him mentioned a village where he had heard the cult were wont to assemble. Mickelberg was its name. It lies in the southern reaches of Waloed. If aught ill befell him, I expect it did so there.
Right. I'll see what I can do.
You are much too kind, my lord. Go then, with my hopes, and may the Firebird's flame ever burn in your heart.
Servicio de Fénix 2. A ver, ¿qué tenemos aquí cerca? Este. Puta, ya hay otro. Este no está nada cerca. Pues abramos primero acá. Ay, güey, se fue la luz. Ah, cabrón. ¿Seguimos en vivo, hermanos? ¡Ah, la verga! No mames con ese rayo. Güey, ¿qué pido? Denme 2 minutos para no ver, acompáñenme. No mames, se fue la luz en toda la... Güey. Todo el cerro está a oscuras. Excepto... Pero en mi casa no, güey, ¿qué pido? Está un poco raro. Ah, ya regresó. Eso estuvo súper raro, ¿eh? Ok, parece que... Seguimos viendo el directo, gracias, hermano. Y sí, sigues en vivo. Gracias, Monasterios. Sí, pensé que se veía la luz también aquí, pero no. Pues obviamente no, porque estoy viendo la pantalla, pues, pero... Dije, bueno, es que luego me pasa, pues no, me pasaba mucho con la lap. Que cuando estoy haciendo directos en la lap, pues obviamente todo se desconecta, pero pues la lap sigue prendida, ¿no? Porque pues toma corriente de... Bueno, sí, toma la batería. Pero pues obviamente se desconecta el módem, ¿no?
Eyes peeled, Joshua.
There it is. For House Rossfield.
Ay, cabrón, estuvo duro. No. ¿Qué fue eso? ¿Cómo? ¿Por qué se volvió a rellenar? ¿Qué pasó ahí? ¿Qué clase de bug fue ese? Te reinició el combate. Entiendo que como te saliste del área de batalla, dio por hecho la computadora que... No, pero a ver, el quest que decía. A ver, ¿en cuál estamos? No, el servicio de Phoenix no. GTA, reúnete, derrota... Derrota a Seymour. Ah, ¿en la estela de Titán? ¿Cómo? Es un mensaje parecido al último testamento. Oh. No, yo creo que sí fue eso, ¿no? Que salí de la zona de combate. Que es cardiolita. Corazón de grifo.
Is this the Heartstone?
Sí,
I
supongo.
expect, lady.
Run like the wind. Caution, brother.
Here we are again. Carava. If you were a tortoise, Torgor, where would you hide?
¿Es esa? Ah, sí.
It looks like we found him.
Cabrón. Mocos. Ajá, muy bien. ¿Qué tal, amigo Jovan? Hola, amigo Sefer, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien, amigo, ¿y tú? Qué bueno verte por acá. Dice David, ahora sí es una tormenta de las buenas, sí, hermano, completamente. Este monasterios. Se te reinició el combate. Ah, ya. Dice Chris, creo que tienes que usar a Titán. No. Dice, ¿y ya sabes por qué irás en Brave Exvius? No. De hecho, no he entrado al juego. Pero pronto. Pronto, hermano, pronto. Oigan, por cierto, por alguna razón, el día de ayer, en el directo, estuvimos, básicamente transmitiendo con... Bueno, de subida no estaba tan pobre, estaba como a 18 o 20 megas, pero de bajada estaba a 5. No sé por qué carambas, algo le pasó al módem, lo tuve que reiniciar y no me di cuenta hasta hoy en la mañana que estaba escuchando música en la Alexa y como que se trababa. Dice, ¿qué está pasando? Y ya pues obviamente me di cuenta que estaba muy, muy pobretona la conexión. Ya tuve que reiniciar el módem.
I can think of only one place where they are certain to be safe and provided for and loved. The Hideaway.
Y ahorita regresamos a nuestra velocidad normal, hermanos.
The children would be more than welcome. Thank you, Clive. I will not forget this.
Lubor, are you still here?
What is it, Ferda? You look pale.
There's been a flood in the Velcroy, a damn big one. The
¿Sí?
local outlaws encampment was completely submerged in ether.
What?
Ya valieron gorro.
Every last one of the bastards has turned. And they're headed this way.
Bandits are one thing, but Akashic bandits are quite another. The town guard won't stand a chance against them. We need to evacuate. There's no time to lose.
Yo los voy a detener.
The Akashic may strike at any moment. You must make ready to cover the townspeople's escape. Well, what are you waiting for?
Yes, my lord.
Ahora sí, ¿verdad, my lord?
Clive, change of plan. The children stay with me for now. I need you to find Conrad and Natalie. Tell them to prepare for a full and immediate evacuation. Understood. I'll do what I can to convince everyone else. Wish me luck. You have to listen to me. They're coming.
Why do they always have to make such a...
Sí, bueno, ¿qué creen? Que la cosa está poniendo fea.
Ah, it's you.
What do you want, Lord Underhill?
To pass on an important message. There's been an ether flood out in the Velcroy. The camp where the so-called League of Outlaws were gathering has been swallowed. They're no longer just bandits. They're Akashic now. And they could be here at any moment. You need to begin preparing for a full-scale evacuation right away.
Oh, do we? And who was it who gave you this disturbing news, might I ask?
Lubor, perhaps? The man spreading the same poison out in the square as we speak.
Que no.
You may believe his lies, my lord, but we know better.
But why would he lie about something like this?
Some twisted attempt at revenge, perhaps.
No, bueno, la gente es
If he had not
idiota.
been unmasked, he may well have been elected our leader. A great honor for one of his kind. One he might well feel aggrieved at having been denied.
Lord Underhill, forgive me, but it has become all too evident where your sympathies lie. Lubor cannot be trusted, and neither, therefore, can you.
You may not trust me, but for the sake of your people, ask yourselves if there is any chance that this is true.
There isn't. You can be certain of that. Now be off with you.
You're making a mistake.
¿Qué tal, hermano? José Neria Casimiro. Gracias, gracias, hermano, por pasarte a saludar.
Find another way to help save the town.
You're right.
Descuida, hoy no va a haber spoilers, estoy haciendo puras misiones secundarias. Que bueno, en realidad algunas sí tienen como historia. Y algunas sí están medio conectadas con la historia principal, pero no dejan de ser historias secundarias. Digo, misiones secundarias.
Lord Furder.
Sid, what's wrong?
I went to warn Conrad and Natalie about the Akashic, but they wouldn't listen. They've convinced themselves that nothing Lubor says can be trusted.
The bloody fools.
Which means the town guard can't be counted on for support. But I can. If there's anything I can do to
¿Qué
help
tal te tratan las lluvias? Justo lo que estamos platicando ahorita, hermano. De cómo está diluviando acá, por lo menos acá en el sur de la ciudad. Y ya hace ratito hasta se fue la luz en todo mi cerro, excepto en mi casa. Bueno, de hecho, excepto en mi calle. Lo cual se vio bastante raro porque se veía todo oscuro. Todo oscuro, parte de la justo. Por lo menos lo que tengo de vista. Mi vista es hacia... Pues básicamente hacia Six Flags, hacia Periférico, hacia el Cerro del Zacatépetl, hacia Perisur, Insurgentes, Periférico, el Bosque de Tlalpan. Dice Chris Linares, ya agregaron el parche para quitar el desenfoque de movimiento para el juego. Hasta donde yo sé, no. Por lo menos no me ha avisado de que haya una actualización. Tengo la versión del parche del día 1, que es la 1.0012, creo. Y ya no le creen. Ay, dijo fucking.
You'd like that, wouldn't you, bearer?
Yeah, with us out of the way, your kind will be free to claim Dalamil for yourselves. It's you who should run.
Ah, ¿por qué siempre encuentran una piedra, güey, en el... para aventar? Isabel, no ibas tan lejos de este servilletas, en serio. Me quedas a un camión. ¡Oh, mira! Dice José en el Casimiro, yo ya rebasé las 400 horas en Zelda. ¿400 horas? Pues qué carambas hay que hacer, que te puedes tardar 400 horas. O sea, que el juego es eterno, ¿qué es? ¿Multiplayer? ¿Es qué?
What did Lubor ever do to you? He solves all your stupid problems, and he keeps all of you safe.
Oye, la niña tiene...
You know there's
¿Cómo se llama?
nothing
Drika.
he wouldn't do
¿O
for this
Draika?
town. Who was it who made that cleaver you use every day, Conrad?
Y tome la muñeco.
And what about your counting table, Natalie?
Y creo que apenas rebasé la mitad. ¡Ah, cabrón!
Whose men make sure the streets are clean so all
O sea, ¿pero qué?
your
O sea, ¿estás jugando o llevas 400 horas para qué? O sea, la idea... Supongo que ya terminaste la historia, obviamente. ¿Pero qué es? ¿Para hacer el 100%? O sea, todos los trajes, todas las armas, todos los... No sé, las recetas, las... No sé, es que no sé
ever complain? Well,
cómo funciona ahí. Solo he visto que hacen cosas muy ocurrentes de maquinarias y de...
keep this whole place going.
Y de cosas para matar monstruos y todo eso. Es más, he visto imágenes, o bueno, fragmentos, ¿no? Sobre todo en Facebook, TikTok, supongo.
Not run. The town guard will not abandon the very place it is sworn to protect.
Un tipo que hizo un mecha,
And I will
literal,
not give up for lost the stores that we labored
lanzaba
so hard to fill.
rayos y tenía armas. Dice Abiel, te la pasas haciendo muchas cosas y más si quieres crear el Megazord. Ah, mira, ya ves. Dice Chris Linares, lo grandioso de Zelda es que podés llevar 600 horas sin tocar la historia. ¡Ah, cabrón! O sea, pero en esas 600 horas estás perdiendo el tiempo o realmente estás mejorando equipo y mejorando cosas. Sí, porque para pasearte a lo bruto, bueno, o sea, para pasearte así por el mundo, pues también, ¿no? Pero sin tocar la historia, o sea, puedes avanzar en el sentido de obtener equipamiento, obtener habilidades, trajes, eso. Vi uno que me gustó mucho, que es el traje justamente de Link, pero el Link de Legend of Zelda, el Link adulto. Oh, sí, tengo ganas de usarlo. O sea, se ve muy bonito. Vi otros, obviamente, como el que tiene el de Wind Waker, otros como el de Skyward Sword. Dice David, perdiendo el tiempo, mejorando algunas armas. Ah, ok.
They are mindless monsters, driven only by hate and rage, and they are utterly unpredictable. With the bandits, we at least knew how and where they were likely to attack. When these creatures come,
vi por ejemplo una pelea con un dragón de 3 cabezas, que por alguna razón el Link lo que hacía era como subirse a un cohete que fabricaba y desde el cielo le iba disparando flechas, una a cada cabeza, ya se como que atontaba el dragón y lo golpeaba en el piso. Y así lo repetía unas 2-3 veces y ya lo derrotaba y obtenía un cofre, pero ya no sabía.
I leave the selection and coordination of the messengers in your hands, Victor, and the command of our men in yours, Ferda. If you would both be so kind, consider it done.
Ahora, es forzoso, bueno, ¿qué es mejor, jugar con el control Pro en el Nintendo Switch o es mejor con los Joy-Con, o sea, en la base?
Preserving life is our one and only concern. As long as we survive, it doesn't matter what trinkets we might lose.
Dice Abel, el traje más épico es el de Link Oscuro. Ah, mira. Dijo Josué, Seifer, creo que sí deberías de jugar el Tears primero que el Breath. Ah, ¿de verdad? Dice Abel, el escudo cohete es una joya para esa hidra. Ah, caray. Ok, eso tiene sentido.
The main host is most likely still there, and Dalimil will not be safe until it is eradicated, root and branch.
A little gardening. How pleasant.
I doubt it.
Uy, de pronto me dio un chorro de sueño.
These weeds will be particularly stubborn.
Luckily, so am I.
So you are. All right then, we all know what we have to do. Now it's simply a matter of doing it. For Dalimil.
Looks like everyone's ready.
Dice Josué, se llama Gliok. Yo lo he vencido sin que toque el suelo, o sea, sin que tenga tiempo a reaccionar. Ah, órale. O sea, pero entonces es un enemigo complicado.
There it is. The flood. But what's waiting for us inside? Can't leave a single one alive.
Ah, muy bien, qué bueno que nos derrotamos. Dice José René, yo me retiro, me voy por el pan. Dale, hermano, gracias por pasarte por acá. Dice Javier, pues lo de jugar ya sea con el control pro o con los joystick, ya es... y la comodidad, por ejemplo, yo tengo el Switch Lite y la verdad que juegas bastante bien. Ah, mira, dice Misterios, de Zelda jugar primero el de Switch puede hacer que, y así el de Tears no se vincula para nada con el Breath. Hay guiños, pero comentarios, pero no le dieron relación, se siente como un juego aparte. Ah, ok. O sea que se pueden jugar independientes.
The League is disbanded. I should get back to Dalimil and see how the others fared.
Yo pensé que eran como continuistas, o sea que sí tenías que jugar como el primero para... Digo, sé que ningún Zelda tiene como correlación, o sea, sí están como... O sea, están las tres historias, ¿no? Bueno, las tres líneas de tiempo. Y de alguna manera pues sí están conectados los juegos. Pero de ahí a que tengas que jugar uno para entender el anterior, pues no. Pero supuse que este sí era como más continuista, que el Tears of the Kingdom sí estaba relacionando con Breath of the Wild.
Root and branch.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Thank you, my lord.
Friends, the Horde has been driven back. The Akashic have been defeated. And we need not fear the arrival of any more, thanks to Clive. Victory is ours.
We bloody did it!
We saved Dalimil.
Lubor, allow me to apologize. After
Nel.
all you have done for this town, we should never have doubted you.
But we did. And for that we are truly sorry. We only hope that you can forgive us.
We need you, Lubor. Dalimil needs you. So, if you would still like to be considered for the position of mayor, you have our backing.
You do remember that I'm a bearer, don't you?
We do. But that is not a stain on your character. It is a stain on ours. We thought only of what we perceived bearers to be, not what you truly are. The man who saved Dalimil twice over.
I see. But I will only accept your proposal on 2 conditions.
Name them.
Firstly, that you will both do everything in your power to rally your people to my cause. If the Town Guard and the Merchants League do not accept my leadership, it will be doomed from the start. Unity is the key to defending Dalimil, and I do not doubt that we shall need to call on our combined strength again. When that time comes, I will expect us all to pull together, just as we did today.
Of course. You have our word.
And secondly,
Dice Monsterio, sí tienen relación en el final, pero lo que sucedió y algunas cosas hacen como que no existiera o no lo vivieron ellos, así lo sentí en algunas misiones. Ok. Dice Javier, se tiene una continuidad, pero como dicen los guiños, son lo que hace que se vincule. Ya sea que jueces Breath of the Wild o Tears of the Kingdom, lo importante es disfrutarlo. Ah, ya sé que juegue. Sí, pues Abad se me antoja mucho más Tears of the Kingdom.
That you continue to work for the good of Dalimil, as you always have.
Voy a ahorrar para mi Switch. De hecho sigue estando disponible el Switch versión Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Ay, pero sí es un gasto. Y maldita sea, tengo que comer por alguna extraña razón. Tengo esa perra costumbre de tener que comer diario.
How fickle fate can be. Not so long ago I had resigned myself to leaving Dalimil in disgrace. And now I find myself her leader. Here. For everything.
Ah, no, pues gracias. Cabrón.
Lubo. About the children.
Fear not. You are, of course, relieved of your responsibility. I would sooner face another horde of Akashic than see them brought up as outlaws. I'll make sure they're safe here.
I don't doubt that you will. And not just the children, but everyone in Dalamel.
I'll do my best. Can't have all your hard work going to waste.
Ah, no, pues guau. ¿Qué pues verdad? Ah, no de Clive. Ah, aliento de la luz. Ok, meteorito. A ver qué más hay aquí. Ah, es que no estaba tan cerca. Es que hay que entregar. Vamos a entregar. Uy, uy, ay, uy. Como todo me sigue doliendo.
Welcome, welcome. Of course. Anything else? Come again.
When last I heard from him,
Denme 2 minutos, hermanos.
If you mean to seek him out, my lord, I can think of no better place to
Ah, no,
start.
pues sí sigue lloviendo, ¿eh? Bueno, aquí ya no, pero sí todavía sigue lloviendo por aquellos lares.
When last I heard from him, the third chair was bound for Mickleback. If you mean to seek him out,
Ah, caray, pensé que era aquí la...
no better place to start.
Pero no, parece que está arriba. Sonso. Ah, claro, pues era con la vieja.
Oh, thank the founder you were safe.
Claro que estamos bien.
And
a Heartstone claimed.
Dice Monsterio. A lo mejor tendrá sentido con el DLC, ya que hay varias cosas que quedan muy al aire, y aparte se siente que se puede venir parte 3 o uno antes de Breath por un traje, pero Breath fue más prototipo. Ok. Dice Abiel, como diría el soldado de Toy Story, ¿dónde está tu honor? Yo voy más por la comida del juego. El juego puede esperar. Ah, yo voy más por la comida. El juego puede esperar, pero sí es chido, sí es ya chido jugarlo. ¿Qué? ¿Cardo qué? Cardolita, ah, sí.
yes, this radiant luster like
Ah, el corazón, ¿no?
just as your father described it.
Del grifo.
Thank you, my lord. Your grace. Your father would be so proud.
Lady Goditha, the lapidary is ready.
Thank you, Cyril. I will be with him shortly. If you would excuse me, I shall have the stone cut and set forthwith.
Ok.
The armbands are complete. Pray, take them. They are yours, after all. Heartstone is harder and more enduring than garnet, or even ruby. It symbolizes unwavering will and devotion. And the graven vines encircling the stone represent the unbreakable bonds between you.
It's a message.
Ay.
Father knew we had enemies both inside and outside the duchy. Enemies who would thwart his vision. Only with unwavering devotion would it ever be realized.
And only if we stood together, as Phoenix and Shield, as brothers in arms, only then might those enemies be overcome.
Indeed. His Grace knew the enormity of the task he would entrust to you, his heirs. But this was more than just a message. It was a promise. That he would always be with you.
Thank you, Lady Goditha, for remaining the steadfast custodian of our father's will.
Forgive me, my lady, but there is something I don't quite understand. The Undying told me that after Father died, Mother claimed all of the ducal treasures for her own. Even if the armbands were incomplete, she would surely not have overlooked them. So, how were you able to keep them from her?
Me los guardé en el culo.
Though I was but a lowly servant, your father spoke to me of his intentions for the bands, of the deep love he had for both of you, and his hopes for your future.
Bueno, eso tiene más sentido.
In the days before the disaster at Phoenix Gate, I discovered that the Duchess had ordered her jewelry be sent away from the castle. It was then that I knew she meant to betray us. I tried to warn your father, but it was too late. When word of the fire reached Rosalith, I knew my time was short. So I took up the armbands and I fled into the night.
And thank the Founder you did.
Yet my duty to your father was incomplete. Not knowing what else to do, I followed the Griffin, thinking I might claim the Heartstone on its passing. And so my pursuit continued, until Lord Cyril appeared before me. He informed me that his Grace's will had been recovered, and that his sons were alive and well.
Lady Goditha, on behalf of my father and all the people of Rosaria, I thank you for your loyal service.
As do I.
Thank you, my lord. Your Grace, for coming back to us. For giving my service meaning.
The bands suit you well.
Ni siquiera los he visto.
It must be gratifying to finally receive the inheritance that was denied you for so long.
It is. And we thank you for the part you played, Cyril.
If you would permit me to play my part a little longer, might I suggest that you make your way to your father's memorial atop Hawk's Cry Cliff? Let him see that you have received his blessing, and that his vision...
Dice Josué. Genial, me empapé con la lluvia y no había bolillos en la panadería. Brrr. Eso sí da coraje. Yo del puro coraje me hubiera comprado una dona de chocolate y una concha. O un moño. Y un cuerno.
It has been since the day we recovered it from Phoenix Gate. I prithee claim it, for it too is a part of your inheritance. And I do not doubt that your father would prefer it in your hands than perched upon some lonely rock.
Thank you, Cyril.
Me compré una dona rellena. Jale, tú sí sabes, hermano. Sí, uno está gordo, no por gusto. Uno está gordo por tragón. A mí también me fascina mucho el pan. El problema, o sea, casi no lo como porque sé que... O sea, si comiera lo que me gusta... ¿Qué dijiste? Realmente con entrada de rándola. Pero ¿qué es la 3? Pues es ahí. Si comiera así como me gusta el pan. Antes, cuando era niño, era muy panero, pero es que también mi familia se acostumbraba mucho, sobre todo la familia de mi mamá, que era con quien más convivíamos. En la noche era cenar literal café con leche y pan, pan dulce. Y y sí, o sea, las conchas, las donas. O sea, podía comer 2 panes sin broncas. Ya luego cuando crecí un poquito dije, no, no manches, es mucho para el puerco. ¿A poco desde aquí se ve? Ah, sí. Es el Palacio Guarumara. Guarumara.
Run like the wind. Time to fight. Can't be Rutherford, can it?
¿Son bandidos? Ah, no son...
Turncoats and cowards, the lot of you!
Ah,
If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you shall have!
relájate, viejo. Ah.
Allow me.
I don't need your...
Please, Field Marshal, oblige him.
This won't take long.
You're right. It won't. Men, finish him.
A little longer than I'd have liked.
O sea, ¿me está diciendo manco? Tal vez.
Field Marshal Havel, I presume. Are either of you injured?
No, my lord. You arrived just as our escort turned on us.
Fucking traitors. I'd heard reports of soldiers in the outlying regions abandoning the oaths they swore. But I hadn't thought the corruption had reached so close to the heart of the Republic. It's a fucking disgrace. Your interfering old bastard of an uncle tried to warn me, of course. My lord Marquis. Or is Sid the Outlaw more to your liking?
Call me what you want. It doesn't change who I am. Or
A
the
huevo.
urgency of the message I bring. My uncle has a plan to right the realm, and he needs your help to see it through.
Before I agree to anything, I'd have you answer one question. What do you stand to gain from all this?
Un lugar para vivir.
I won't deny that I might benefit from further chaos. But I seek a new beginning for all of us. And while the choices I've made may not always have been the right ones, I know I made them for the right reasons. For so long, so many of us have been told how we could live, how we could die, when it should have been our decision all along. Now, we have a chance to put things right. But in order to take it, we must stand together. Even if it be beside those with whom we don't see eye to eye.
Certainly not the words I expected from an outlaw. But perhaps your uncle was right. You are no ordinary outlaw. I'll never hear the end of this. All right. I'll start by ordering my most trusted guard to bring the Dhalmekian fringes under control. Next, I'll make contact with my counterparts in the Imperial Army and see if I can't convince them to try and restore order in their own territory.
Thank you, Field Marshal.
But they are not the only ones we will need to convince.
What do you mean?
I don't doubt that I can bully some sense into a few generals. But those they answer to require a different kind of persuasion. And when it comes to honeyed words, well, we will need an envoy. One who can court even the most stubborn of statesmen. You, perhaps.
I'm flattered. But I'm no diplomat either. And I have other problems to attend to. What we need is a skilled arbitrator. And I may know just the person.
Is that so? And would he happen to be an outlaw too?
Of a different kind, perhaps.
Nah.
Beggars can't be choosers. I suppose we'll all have to find a little of the outlaw in ourselves if we're to make it through this. Very well. Send your man to me right away.
I shall.
My Lord Marquis.
Mm-hmm.
Your Lord Uncle bade me escort the Field Marshal to his manor in Port Isolde.
And I will see that my associate joins you there.
Very good, my lord.
Ah, chinga, ¿ya quién vamos a mandar? Yo creo que Byron es el mejor.
An envoy. I'm not sure I'm the man to talk anyone round. I can barely convince my brother to take his medicine. No. This is a job for someone with experience. Someone like Quentin. I hope I can convince him at least.
Antes no era este. ¿Dónde era el otro? Pues no era aquí. Es acá.
Ready, go?
Run like the wind.
Unwavering will and an unbreakable bond. Do you really think we're strong enough?
Save the world? Of course. To have overcome Father's political enemies. Of that I'm less certain. Especially knowing what we know now. What Mother was really capable of. But perhaps these bands would have helped. Knowing he was with us would have made all the difference.
Chinga, ¿es por dónde era?
It's just back there.
Ni sabía que aquí estaba el memorial. ¿O sí? ¿Ya había venido? Ya no me acuerdo.
Father always fought for what he believed was right.
Ahí voy otra vez. A quejarme como oso.
That night at Phoenix Gate that I realized I had never fought for anything. I always had someone else to do the fighting for me.
Relájate, morro. Eso le pasa a los Whitexicans.
No matter how fate conspired against him, he never lost heart, never looked back, never stopped fighting.
¿Qué tal, Joe Vázquez? Buenas noches, bros. ¿Qué tal, hermano? Bienvenido. Gracias por pasarte por este canal.
We all have, Clive. We all have. And we'll keep trying. Because that's what he would have wanted.
What he would have done himself. Even if it meant standing against the very gods in the heavens.
I shall be borrowing this, Father, if I may. That you might watch over us as we follow in your footsteps.
Account.
We won't lay you down.
¿Qué tal, hermano? Sergio Santos, muy buenas, justo llegando en lo bueno. Es correcto, hermano.
Onward. To the end.
And to a new beginning.
Ok. Porque en el nombre de su padre. Okay. Yelmo de batalla oxidado. Puedes ver una lección de Clive. Ok. Unir fuerzas con Joshua. Joshua se unió al grupo de Clive y permanecerá con él hasta que se dirija a Origen. Ok. Pero pues ya sabíamos. ¿Cuál fue ahora el problema? Bueno, aquí ya nada. Ok. Más side quest. Vamos a entregar este. Bueno, no es entregar, pero por lo menos a continuarlo. Hola, madre. Vamos a empezar en eso aquí. Ah, sí. ¿Esto qué es? Tres un momentito. Caray.
Let's go.
Fly, Ambrosia.
That'll do, girl. Quentin, I have a proposal for you.
Do you now? Something tells me you'll be asking more of me than a cask of Gotand gold. Go on then. Propose.
Bueno, ¿cómo te explico que tienes que hacer labor de ventas?
You'd have me convince the chiefs and chamberlains of the realm that they should simply swallow their pride?
and do the one thing that has proved impossible for thousands of years. Was there anything else? Perhaps I can fetch you a meat pie as well.
I know it's a lot to ask, but I can think of none better suited to the role.
And you'd have me give up what little I have left to do it. I told you, Clive. The people of Lostwing are my family, and I cannot abandon them. You'll have to find someone else.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So am I.
And why might that be?
What he's asking. How's it any different to what you've done so far? They want you to speak for those who can't speak for themselves. That's what you do best. If it's the vineyard you're worried about, we'll see that the grapes are picked and the tons filled. You know we will.
Recordemos que Quentin,
Then what is it? You said yourself we're
pues básicamente perdió todo ahí en la aldea. Bueno, ahí en... que era Lostwing.
Then what are you saying?
Y gracias a los portadores que él salva, bueno, que se salvaron, es que él como que también encuentra una razón, ¿no?
Who's to say you couldn't convince the entire realm?
A stirring argument. I fear that any rejoinder I make might fall somewhat flat by comparison.
So you'll join us?
Where do you need me?
Field Marshal Havel will want to speak with you in person. He's currently in Port Isolde. I can arrange for a party of Cursebreakers to accompany you there.
That would be very much appreciated. I hear the roads are far from safe these days.
Hopefully not for long.
Pues sí, esperemos que...
know that his plan is taking shape.
Regresa, desconecta, habla con Byron, ok. Bueno, antes de eso hay que... hacer este, otra y otra.
Nazaire might at least have mentioned where in Northreach he'd be testing this recruit.
I'm nervous. Well met, Sid. This is the initiate. Ember, present yourself.
At your service, Master.
Please, just Sid. There are no masters here. Your life is your own.
Oh, of course. Thank you, Sid. The sergeant says you'll be evaluating me at my trial.
To become a scout, yes. You are aware of the dangers inherent in that role.
I am. But I swore I'd face them. Just like the man who saved my life.
And who would that be?
Gav.
It was him who found me and freed me. No magic, no support, just one man and his nose. Came and sniffed me out. It taught me what one man can do if he puts his mind to it. And I've been training ever since, so that one day I can be someone's saviour, just like Gav was mine.
I'm sure he'd be flattered. You clearly have good intentions, Ember.
Hashtag Gav best bro.
No illusions. Stick to this path and you'll make a fine Cursebreaker.
So, what? Have I passed?
You haven't even started yet. Now listen. Not far from here is an Imperial lookout, Eastwatch. The guards there record all their sightings in a logbook. You are to find it and bring it here.
And bring it here, right. Anything else?
No. Sneaking into a heavily guarded Imperial outpost and stealing the logbook would be quite sufficient. You'll need to assess the situation, determine a point of entry, create a distraction and effect an escape, all without being discovered and thrown into an Imperial oubliette.
Ember, Gav isn't our best scout because he can do everything. It's essential that you know your limits.
Know my limits, right. I won't let you down.
Está muy verde todavía.
It shouldn't be as dangerous as I made out. But keep a weather eye on him all the same, would you?
On my way. All right, Ember. Impress me.
¿Dijiste que guardia de la noche o qué? Ah, a la cárcel de Balmung.
These are clean kills. Perhaps young Ember really is ready. Or maybe not.
Ya se metió en problemas.
Damn it. Ember, draw your sword!
I can't!
Then run! If you want him, you'll have to go through me. Ruler? Ember, are you?
Está chavo, dice Joe.
Gone. Of course. Scouts really are a rare breed. Back to Northreach it is then.
The garrison is threatening to pull their sentries from the markets if we don't call.
I would speak with this Duke.
Saw the captain just now.
Your town needs you.
A ver, la señora.
Do you have a moment, Clive?
Digo, la cariñosa.
What is it?
It's the Duke.
Sergio, por eso hay que contar a gente con experiencia en el trabajo. Hay que contratar, sí, completamente, hermano. Sí, lo malo de contratar a alguien nuevo es que hay que entrenarlo durante mucho tiempo.
The town was left all but unguarded, so Philippe was compelled to form a citizens' watch to fill the void. And though my dear boys have been characteristically willing to assist him in this, they want for bodies. So I was wondering if you would lend them your strength, that the people of Northreach might sleep easier. If only for a few nights.
Aunque fuera por un par de noches, claro.
Of course. Whatever you need.
Thank you, Clive.
Lo que sea que necesites, sabrosota.
Without you. Philippe told me he had men stationed at...
Where can I find the mistress of this establishment?
Here, my lady. To whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
My name is Sabine. And it is my displeasure to be the daughter of the Duke of Oriflamme, who I understand is causing you and your town no small amount of trouble. I wish to speak to you about what might be done.
Very well. Let us speak. I trust you'll forgive me, Clive.
Absolutely. Our conversation can wait.
Please, proceed.
As you know, my father is a most overbearing and supercilious man, and I join you in objecting to his every action. Indeed, I owe you my thanks for continuing to argue against his reckless plans. Yet I fear he is not one to be swayed by reason. No. He must be made to face the consequences of his actions.
And who would make him do this?
I would. Myself and several other like-minded individuals. Were you to join us, we would surely have the strength to drive him from Northreach for good.
Does that not seem a trifle drastic?
Drastic action is precisely what is called for. Unless you are content to see your people downtrodden and dispossessed. My father would have it that citizens exist only to serve the Empire. That they should be forced to make every sacrifice to ensure her revival. But he is wrong. It is not the people who must serve the Empire, but the Empire who must serve her people.
Okay.
He's always been like this. Scornful of the opinions of anyone he judged beneath him. But he cannot be allowed to ride roughshod over the common folk any longer. We must fight him. By all possible means.
Fight him? No. My purpose is to quell the tension in Northreach, not to stoke it. Respectfully, my lady. Our only chance of saving this town depends upon every one of us uniting against our common enemy. Your father and his followers included. While I understand your frustrations, I cling to the hope that he may yet be won round.
False hope, I assure you. But I see that your mind is made up. I shall bother you no longer. If you will extend me the same courtesy, I bid you good day.
She certainly has spirit.
Indeed. But unfortunately for us, that spirit is only likely to harden the Duke's resolve, which may be enough to seal the fate of this town. Not that she cares. This is all about her and her father.
Families.
I'm sorry, where were we? Ah, yes. I was about to tell you of Philippe's plans for the town watch, but perhaps it's better that you heard them from him. I believe he's in the market, if you'd be so kind as to seek him out.
Right away.
It's just a pity I cannot join you.
Uy,
I'd like to see the two of you in action together.
Habla con Philippe.
And what can I do for you? And a fine, fine day to you.
Ah, ¿seguro que crees que tu chavo? Valió pa' pura madre.
Expect you back so soon? Where is Ember? How did he fare?
I thought I'd find him with you. He must have fled. I followed him to Eastwatch, where I found him being set upon by a wild Avis. He was just standing there. Didn't even draw his sword. I had to step in and take care of things. But by the time I had, he was nowhere to be seen. I assumed he'd set off in your direction, but apparently not.
I'm sorry, Sid. I knew the boy had a nervous streak, but he seemed like...
The right man for the job? I believe this is the logbook you tasked me with retrieving.
Eh? How did you... Don't you tell me you breached the tower while Sid was busy saving your skin.
What? Wasn't that what you asked me to do? To bring the thing back without getting caught?
He has you there, Nazir.
Buen punto.
And he did it all on his own.
But Sid, he
did what he thought was best. And now I have to decide whether I agree.
Of course. We'll await your evaluation back at the hideaway. Don't you leave my sight.
Yes, Sergeant.
Ah, tampoco hizo nada heroico, o sea, bueno.
This won't be an easy decision.
So you are content to abandon... Please, I beseech you. If you are a true son of Northreach, you must fight to defend your home.
That's exactly what I am doing, milady. Or trying to, at least. The land is crawling with fiends, and someone has to keep watch.
Nada sutil la señora. Sí, ¿no?
Enemy is hiding in the garrison. Fine.
No, esa cariñosa sí era... Bueno, sí es como muy directa.
Thank you so much for your help.
Pero oye, está bien, es una mujer de negocios, no tiene tiempo que perder.
Like father, like daughter, eh?
She made an uninvited appearance at the Vale earlier, hoping to convince the Dame to join her in fomenting rebellion.
I bet that went well. Her ladyship seems to have a way with people. Anyway, what brings you here?
Our mutual friend thought you might welcome some help.
Oh, she did she? Right as always. In fact, you're just the man. We've had some reports, you see. Sightings of, you know what.
They're back.
Seems that way. All over, too. We haven't been able to confirm anything yet, but if you're willing, you could go and see what's what.
Right. Where should I look?
You know Grieger's Weep? One of the sightings places them somewhere on its shores.
I'm on my way.
Thank you, Clive. I'll look into one of the other sightings. Let's rendezvous back here later.
¿Llanto de qué? Ah, pues está aquí cerca.
Not here. Damn it. The reports were true. I need to stop them before they get to the town.
Oye, ahorita me derrotan, ahorita me matan. ¡Ajá! Dice Monstelios. Bueno, se cuidan y descansan. Gracias, hermano. Gracias por pasarte por acá.
Are you alright?
I am. But it seems the reports were true. The thralls have returned.
Eso parece.
The few that I found, though.
Well, there's something, I suppose. But what were they doing south of town? They all came from the north last time. We might be able to fend off an attack from one side or the other, but from both?
Do you have eyes in the north?
Some. I should probably go and have a look, though, just to be sure. You head back to Northreach. I want you there just in case war breaks out while I'm away.
What do you mean?
Her ladyship's been busy working her magic on the townspeople. Stirring up ill feeling towards her father. But she'll have her marching on the barracks if we're not careful.
What? This is exactly what the Dame was afraid of. I'll do what I can to calm things down. Be careful out there, all right?
Don't worry, I'm not like you. One sniff of those things and I'm running back to town screaming blue murder.
Sí, yo no me voy a quedar a pelearme con eso, estás loco. Denme 2 minutos, hermanos. Ya regreso.
The people of Northreach have given enough, and only a fool would ask for more.
Listen to me, Sabine. Where would our people be without their country, hmm? The Empire is their sword and their shield. It is she that ensures they can live without fear. And now she teeters on the brink. Without their sword, how will the people fight? Without their shield, how will they protect their kin? Can the unarmed stand against the advancing hordes? No. But there is yet hope. A new shield, a new sword. A new empire. We can rebuild Sandbreck, just as Great Grieger wills it.
Perhaps we could, Father. But we don't want to. Not if it is built on the broken backs of the people.
Please, let us not quarrel in the street. You must see that no good will come of this. Our fight is not with each other, but with the threat that draws ever closer to our gates. A threat that your sword has yet to rid us of, Your Eminence.
Listo, hermano.
You will hold your tongue, whore.
Bueno, ¿y eso qué? No porque sea una cariñosa.
But I will not be corrupted.
Corrupted? Your daughter's opinions are her own, as you would know if you had ever deigned to listen to her. At least I hope they are your opinions, and not posturing born of a family feud. Northreach deserves better than that.
Northreach deserves better than you, Carla. Yes, I know who you are. The slut of Twinside who bedded a Brandit.
Oh.
Jealous, are you? That a woman might choose a bearer over a pious man of Grieger.
Clive! I met a swarm of thralls coming south from Oriflamme. Hundreds of them. Too many to count.
Oh, fuck. No. Work on the fortifications has scarcely begun.
We will retreat to Caer Norvent and there make our stand. Did you hear me? That was an order.
While this is but a heartfelt plea, let us make our stand here and protect our homes. Protect those that we love. Together for Northreach.
Ok, como que estamos uniendo los pueblos, ¿no? O sea, ya lo hicimos en Dalmequia. Digo, Dalmequia. Ahorita aquí en lo que queda de Sandbreck.
But she is but a common
whore, yes. And we'd follow her to the gates of hell.
Sí, podrá ser solo una ramera, pero la vamos a seguir hasta las mismas puertas del infierno.
The men have their orders, and they look like following them. I got them spaced out at regular intervals. Whichever direction the thralls strike from, there'll be someone there to meet them.
Thank you, Philippe. Rest assured, the people will play their part. The herbalist has donated her stock of medicines to me.
Okay.
Should any of your men be injured, take them to the Vale. We'll see to them there.
Thank you, milady.
Así será.
I'll play my part too.
Dice Sergio, a huevos, siempre con las cariñosas, exacto.
I only hope I can go some way to evening the odds. Philippe, can I leave the south in your hands? I doubt the thralls by the lake were the last of their number.
Of course. I'll lead a party down that way so we don't get taken by surprise. What about you?
I'll make my way up the road to Oriflamme. I fought a few of these things. And while I can't promise to hold them all back, I should be able to thin the herd.
Ah, sí?
Right. But take care.
Thank you, both of you.
You can thank us when it's over.
Till then, madame.
When the fighting begins.
I want steel in the hands of every man.
Let's go.
Ah, caray, pues ya estábamos muy cerca.
There are so many of them.
Sí, son un buen.
Not for long.
No creo.
It's only just begun. That looks to be the last of them. I wonder how the others fared.
Bueno, tampoco es que fueran cientos, pero bueno.
Come on, Toggle.
Hay que vender caro. Hay que vender caro la ayuda. Así que la dama ahora va a ser la alcaldesa.
Clive, it's good to see you.
O sea, literal vamos a poder contratar
The road to Oriflamme is clear.
juegos de azar y mujerzuelas.
Well, we ended up fighting for our lives down by the lake. Took a few nicks, but nothing the girls at the Vale can't put right.
Glad to hear it.
Well, it seems we've survived. For the time being, at least. I thank you both for answering the call.
You were right.
And I was wrong. About everything. I had thought that the only way to unite the people was under the banner of Empire. That without a strong hand to guide them, they would drift apart. To be borne hither and yon by the eddying currents of fate. But you brought them together. Not by force, nor by the exercise of goddess-given authority, but by simply being one of them. By knowing what they feel, because you feel it yourself.
Our purpose was ever the same, Your Eminence. You were merely distracted by a loftier vision of empire and glory, while our eyes beheld matters closer to home.
You have the right of it again. As did you, Sabine. His Radiance said it himself. Sanbreque is naught without her citizens. I forgot that. And I am sorry.
I'm sorry too, Father. I should never have taken things so far. I only wanted you to understand how the people felt. How I felt. But my anger got the better of me.
Do not blame yourself, my dear. This was my doing. I should have listened to you. To all of you.
Your Eminence, Your Ladyship, I do not doubt that you came here with the best of intentions. But I believe the same could be said of us all. We all want safety, security, prosperity. Not just for Northreach, but for the entire realm. And we may yet achieve it. If only we work together. Will you join us in this?
Yes. We shall.
Thank you, Your Eminence. Now that that is settled, I must go and see to the wounded. The Vale's doors are always open to any soldier in need of relief. And today there are more than ever before.
Esa fue mirada de, te pago al ratito.
In these dark times, I see that it is not men like me who should lead the realm, but women like her.
You're right. If only I'd listened to her when I had the chance.
Forgive me for saying so, milady, but you still do. The dame said it herself. We can turn things around. We just have to work together. And that goes for you, too. You're one of us now.
One of you?
Well said, Captain. Let this be a new beginning. Not only for Sanbreque, but for us.
Well, since there's nothing more to be done here, I should see if Isabel needs any help moving the wounded.
Sí, claro. Mover a los heridos.
Can we get you anything? There's no need to worry any longer.
I saw several soldiers being carried to the Vale.
How goes the treatment of the wounded? I'd be happy to man one end of a stretcher if it would help.
You've helped quite enough for one day, Clive. Thank you.
Don't mention it.
Oh, but I must. After all you've done for this town, it is the very least you deserve.
Tell me, if Northreach had fallen, what would you have done? A woman of your means could find a home anywhere in the realm, but I sense you would rather have died here.
It's a long story.
For you, madame, I have all the time in the world.
Very well. Long ago, I had a life in the Crystalline Dominion. I was Carla then, courtesan to the nobility. So sought after was
Ah, no
I that
manches,
it was
antes
only
de...
they who could afford my time. Alas, those halcyon days were not to last. For naive as I was, I fell in love with a bearer. He was my master's guard, the gentlest man I have ever known. After they discovered us together, he was whipped bloody and forbidden from ever looking at me again. And so we fled. Not that we had anywhere to flee to. We wandered, aimless and starving, half dreading, half praying that the next day would be our last. Until we found ourselves here, in Northreach.
Y pusieron una casa de citas.
That fed us, clothed us, and healed our hurts. Those that could be healed, at least. My love was already too far gone.
He passed away.
He did. Not long after we arrived. But at least we were able to share a few moments of peace before the end. It was the greatest gift I have ever received. But the generosity of this town and her people did not end there. The men and women of the Vale supported me through my grief.
O sea que a pesar de que era un portador, igual lo ayudaron.
They treated me like a sister. And so I swore that I would always do the same. That I would return the kindness that Northreach showed me. That I would repay my debt to the Vale.
Thank you, Isabel, for sharing this with me.
You're a lot like him, you know.
Ay, sí, qué coincidencia, ¿no?
Such a soft spot for you. Never stop fighting, Clive. And I shan't either. I know that it will not be easy to keep Northreach together. But our efforts will be rewarded. Just look at us now. The people, the soldiers, even the Duke of Oriflamme and his daughter, all united in defense of this town that we have come to call our home. And what of you? Can we count on your support too?
Claro.
Always.
Si hicieran a Isabel una unidad, su ataque sería Charm, seguramente. Sí, tienes razón yo. Entrega el velo. Objeto. Ah, mira, un oricalco. Eso valió la pena. Aquí ya más nada, ¿no? ¿Qué más nos queda? Nada. Nada. Dígete a la cárcel de Balmung. Ah, güey, no mames, estaba faltando un chingo. Pues neta, se apendeja el juego. Ah, se apendeja luego. Sí. Sí, tienes razón. Varios ya le tiraron la onda en el juego y no capta. Es que no capta. No captó. No capta.
This is a Royal Army logbook. His interests were certainly varied. This is it. But if what it says is true, I need to get this back to the hideaway.
Algo va a aparecer, ¿verdad?
Leaving so soon, stranger.
Pues sí, es que fíjate que tengo cosas que hacer. Si no, si me quedaba igual y hasta nos echamos un taquito, pero la mera verdad es que...
Subtle. I know who you are.
Then we need not waste time on introductions. Hand me the book. Leave it in our care and return to your life.
Híjole, no puedo, es que ya... Ya lo prometí. Si no, sí.
That is not my decision to make. But by one means or another, its contents shall be removed from the common record.
Then I'll have to politely refuse. I won't let you erase our history.
Then we find ourselves at an impasse. Very well. The book can just as easily be pried from your dead hand.
Let's see, shall we?
Adivina qué, que no solo me lo voy a llevar, sino que me los voy a llevar a todos ustedes.
Impressive. But we have other means. We shall claim the book yet.
Why do you want it so badly anyway?
It lays out in no uncertain terms the vanity and avarice of mankind. It tells the shameful history of the persecution and oppression of a gifted few by a giftless many. Would you say that this interpretation was correct?
I don't know.
Pero así ocurrió.
Your sword may be sharp, but your wits are dull. So let me answer for you. There is no correct interpretation of history. That a series of events took place may be proved beyond a doubt. But there can be no single, immutable explanation as to why they came to pass. It is a question of numbers and of belief. If enough people believe that a set of events occurred for a reason, that belief becomes the truth.
So you're trying to control the truth?
We are trying to protect people from themselves, from knowledge that would bring them naught but pain. That is all. You may keep the book. For now. The world is small. We shall meet again. Until then.
Wait. Damn it. Let's get this back to Vivian. Perhaps she can explain what that was all about.
Ajá.
run like the wind.
No need to ride from here. This must be the orphanage. Hopefully the registry is still here. Disposed of. Conditioning. This is nothing short of torture. Herman wasn't exaggerating. It's a wonder he survived this place. I need to find that registry.
A ver, ya que estoy por aquí. No, seguro aquí ya no hay nada, pero nunca está de más. Cementerio. Eso es como Resident Evil. Prueba de obscuridad. Ah, es la de Odín. Acá. Sí, debe ser dentro de la casa. Programa de acondicionamiento. Ajá. Acá. Ah. Acá está.
This reads like a suicide note. Did the director go through with his plan? There's only one way to find out.
Ahora sí vamos al... ¿cómo se llama? Al Camposanto.
A forked white tree. This must be the place. Could he really be buried here? There's something hidden among the roots. Let's see. This must be the registry. So many names. This place was a slaughterhouse. But where is the architect of all this misery? It was only a matter of time, I suppose. This place is cursed. I'm done here. Let's get the registry back to Herman. Doris is waiting for me near Balmung Dock. The longer she's out in the open, the more likely she is to be found by a Kashik. I need to hurry. Back to the stables, Carl.
Mira, sí llegó.
There were no guards, I take it.
None manning the gates, no. It's a different story inside, though.
Hmm.
The corridors are crawling with Akashic. Most likely guards left behind when the wardens ran. If Chadwick was being held here, I worry that he may already be.
Don't give up hope just yet. But let's move quickly. Let me check the ground floor. The ether stick is there.
Then I'll search the upper level. Good luck, Sid. Stay safe.
Claro, no hay problema.
Just how bad are the floods inside the walls? Bad enough to turn a bearer? I hope not. We're risking a lot just being here. Locked up tight. So this place was no ordinary prison. And I doubt they'll have taken the
Ese lugar tiene escenario a jefe de aquí a la luna. ¿Cómo, hermano? Ah, ya te entendí, sí. Sí, exacto. Sí, se nota a leguas que es un escenario de jefe. Sí, completamente.
Minimal loss of Waluda lives.
Hmm.
What happens when they run out of bearers? Even the Imperials take better care of their branded than that.
Pues sí, pero parece que aquí en Waluz no les tiene todavía menos afecto a los marcados. Ya. Leí unas críticas de este juego por no incluir a gente negra en él. Ya viendo la trama, no mames. Imagínate si hicieran eso. Pues que en realidad creo que no lo necesita. Y bueno, de hecho se nota, o sea, por ejemplo en Dalmequia, sí se nota muy cañón la diferencia de razas, pues obviamente por el tema del pues del clima, ¿no? O sea, tan soleado y la gente es morena, o sea, lo cual tiene sentido. Así que honestamente no creo que lo necesite, pero bueno.
No sign of any bearers yet. I hope you have better luck downstairs.
O sea, subí para nada, muy bien. Ah, no manches, para alimentar a la bestia. Me imagino que la gente que pide eso no ha jugado el juego, porque si no, no entiendo cómo pueden pedir eso bajo el contexto de la esclavitud y eso. Exacto, o sea, más... O sea, de hecho... Sí, o sea, tratan temas muy fuertes como la esclavitud, o sea... O sea, da igual el color de piel. Si eres un portador, si eres un marcado, da igual.
No lock downstairs. But I did find out that this place was more than just a prison. Something far more sinister was happening here.
I know. I've been reading some of these documents and... It can't be true, can it?
Pues de hecho sí.
Bearers die every day in service of their masters, but this is so much worse. Pitting bearers against a wild beast armed with nothing but their wits? And all in order to bring about more death. And not just those who could fight, but the elderly, children even. And those who wouldn't or couldn't were disposed of. Whatever that means.
I'm afraid it means they were fed to the monstrosity they kept here.
Then we're too late.
Dice yo, luego siento que los gringos quieren agringar todo. Pues sí, algunos, sobre todo los woke, los progres.
But it doesn't fit any of the locks on this floor.
Perhaps it will fit one of the doors downstairs. There's a corridor I haven't searched yet. Finish up here, then come and find me when you're ready.
All right. I'll be there in a moment.
Ah, ¿era para el otro lado? Sí. ¿Qué clase de Resident Evil es este?
Let's see what we can find down here. Survivor. And she sounds close.
Oh, sí. Un portador.
Who are you?
There's no need to be afraid. Are you alone? Are there any other survivors?
¿Cómo sobrevivió?
Guards. They're still here. But something's wrong with them. Everyone else was eaten by the monster.
Of course there were.
Thank the Founder.
It was worth our coming. But I'd rather we didn't linger. Are you ready?
Ready when you are. You poor thing. He must have been terrified.
Did Chadwick send you?
What?
¿Lo conoces?
He fought the monster. Distracted it so I could run away. He must have sent you. He promised to free the others too. Where is he? He opened your cell, didn't he? He wouldn't be here otherwise.
Chadwick.
Was that?
Monster's back! Chadwick, help!
We have to get out of here.
Doris, keep the girl safe.
All right. You put that bearer-eating bastard in the ground. I'll look after the girl. You teach that thing a...
It's out there waiting for me. I can't let it live. Not if it's got a taste for bearers.
Pues sí, a eso venimos. Ya decía yo. Esto va a estar feo. Este acusa.
The beast will wreak havoc if it ever leaves the prison. I can't let that happen.
Otra vez vamos a empezar. Ah, caray. Es que este no lanzó el ese, ¿cómo se llama? No lanzó el grillete de Behemoth. El meteorito, el meteoro. Exacto. Sí, de acuerdo. No lo necesita. Es un discurso bien común en Ford. Sí. Sí, no lo necesita.
I'm fine. I think.
Uy, o sea que Chadwick sí murió. Pobre Chadwick.
What is it?
A diary.
No mames, es su diario. Parece una enciclopedia. Parece la enciclopedia, en carta. Faltó la lluvia de meteo. Sí, de hecho sí faltó. Está como más fresa. No me fijé qué nivel era, pero... Ah, es que es nivel 40, con razón.
We have to get her back to the hideaway. We don't want his sacrifice to have been in vain.
No, of course not. I'll see that she's looked after.
Dice yo, ¿ves paralelos entre Rinoa y Skull, los nuevos protagonistas? Pues más. Ah, chingada, ¿se cayó el directo? No me jodas, ¿en serio? Cabrón, ¿qué pasó?
what I hear, you've barely left the girls. Side in days. I hope she's recovering from her ordeal.
She is. Slowly but surely. She's far tougher than she looks. I thank the flames we found her. If we hadn't...
I know. But we did. I'm sorry we weren't able to save Chadwick.
Dice Sergio, yo lo sigo viendo. Yo ya no lo veo nada. Pero bueno, si, o sea, si me ven y me escuchan, pues con eso basta. No sé.
To save Haida Marie. That's the man I remember. The man I thought of as a brother.
I wish I could have met him. I'd like to hear more about your past. If you don't mind, that is.
Of course.
Sí, de hecho se queda en...
You already met my former master.
Te veo y te escucho. Dice yo, gracias, hermanos. Bueno. Quién sabe qué le pasó entonces a la...
We were supposed to be sold to the highest bidder when the
Creo que es mi teléfono.
But no bid was ever high enough to convince her to part with us. For years we were her daggers in the shadows. But we could never quite shake our doubts about the things she made us do. And then, one day, we just couldn't do them anymore. So we escaped. But staying together was out of the question. They would have found us too easily. After so many years of training, the pull to serve was always strong. It scared me to think he might have taken another master, become a dagger in someone else's hand.
But even in captivity, the battles he fought were his own. And he died not as someone's tool, but as a hero.
Haida Marie is proof of that.
Creo que ya está. Pues no, yo sigo sin poder ver nada. Pero bueno, por lo menos lo estoy leyendo. Ah, no tenía retraso, sí se cayó.
Thank you, Doris. We'll be counting on you.
Capaz que se cayó, pero... Viento de la oscuridad. Se cayó por unos segundos y luego todo bien. Ah, pues espero que sí, hermano, porque si no... Oh, la madre. Hay 3. Clase A, clase S y clase A. Un dragón. Cinco, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 31.
Vivian.
Ah, pues ahí te va.
The book you lost.
You found it. Thank you, Clive. Even though I asked this,
Sí, de nada.
I was not entirely sure it would be possible. I feared the executors had seized every copy.
I met with one of these executors, and I convinced him to let me keep it. He told me something. That the truth is just a matter of collective belief. And that if enough people believe a lie, that lie becomes the truth.
It does. But it also means that the truth is not immutable. That it can be changed. Provided that those who wish to change it can convince enough people that their perspective is the correct one. As the sad history of the bearers proves.
You said that the book inspired you to become a scholar.
It did. Or its author, rather. She was a heretic, you see. A firebrand and a dissenter. A gallows stood ready for her in every corner of the realm. And by shunning society, or perhaps being shunned by it, she stumbled upon a truth so potent that an entire realm trembled at the prospect of its utterance. I, too, have always felt somehow set apart from the world of men. A stranger to my own species. She taught me that my solitude was not a curse, but a gift. And that, though my journey to the truth might be a lonely one, what I found at my destination would be more than worth the cost.
Do you still feel that way? That you're not one of us?
Honestly, I'm not entirely sure anymore. Since coming to the hideaway, I find my thinking somewhat
sí, ya agarró.
clouded. Perhaps the result of
Estuvo
studying
súper raro eso.
mankind from a rather closer perspective than I had intended. But the more I study, the more I find value in this perspective. In looking not from the outside, but from within. So if you'll permit me, I'd like to continue my work here. Remember, Clive.
Él, llégale ya. ¿Te imaginas? No, ya no me sirves, gracias.
Belief begets truth. Give the men and women of this benighted world
Ya se despejó.
Make them believe in you, as I do.
I'll try, Vivian. I'll try.
Que obtuve el, ¿qué? Birrete de... Puedes verlo en la habitación de Clive. O sea, tanto desmadre para, bueno.
You should have seen him.
Welcome back, Sid.
Welcome back, Sid.
Yes. Welcome back. Trip wasn't too much of a pain in the arse, I hope.
No mucha.
Truth be told, it was me who suggested roping you in to help with the trial. But from what I hear, things didn't go quite as planned.
No, they most certainly did not.
¿Estaba diciendo que es no binaria? Pues sí, básicamente.
Amber lost his nerve in the face of a beast of prey.
Que no se siente cómodo de ningún lado y que quiere seguir investigando.
He pressed on.
Por eso se quiere quedar en el... Recuerda que ella era de Sunbreak.
Not what we ask of our scouts.
Indeed it is. Thank you for your honest appraisal, Sid. The fact remains, however, that Ember will not always have a battle-hardened warrior on hand to pluck him from the jaws of peril. All I have gleaned from this trial is that without someone watching his back, Ember is little more than a liability.
Wait, Sergeant. Ember still has much to learn, it's true. And this time he was found wanting. But I'd say he's due a second chance, nonetheless. After all, he did do as you asked.
With a bit of hard work, any hand can be made to hold a blade, and any mind can conquer its fears. But a scout's nose is different. You've either got one, or you ain't. And by sniffing out that log, young Ember here has shown he has a conch and a half. Wouldn't do to waste it now, would it?
Fine. One more chance.
I'll do whatever you ask. I'll spend my days and nights in the pit if I have to. I'll show you. Just you wait.
Daft as a brush, that one. But his heart's in the right place. Just like someone else we know. And if you ask me, we've been leaning on him for far too long. That tiny Cursebreakers took some of the weight off his shoulders, I reckon.
You couldn't hurt.
Just don't tell Gav I said so, will you? I won't have him thinking he's been hard done by. Next thing you know, he'll be asking for a day off. Chance would be a fine thing. Back to work.
Forgive me, Sid. This did not play out as I expected.
Things really do these
Sí,
days.
generalmente así hoy
That's why
pasa.
we need men like Ember more than ever.
Normalmente nunca las cosas
Men who can
salen
make the
como
best out
las
of a bad
planeas.
situation. Remember that.
I will, Sid.
Otra vez, sí. Sí, ¿qué está pasando con la aplicación de YouTube? Viento de rayo. Puras cosas que ni necesito, pero bueno. O más. Ah, claro, tiene que ver con Byron.
I bring good news. The Field Marshal has agreed to your plan.
Ha! Of course he has. I didn't doubt you for a moment, dear boy.
Rutherford is accompanying him back to your manor in Porter's Alder as we speak. They will await your return there. As will one other.
One other? Who, exactly?
Lord Havel was concerned that even if he could get the realm's armies to agree to an accord, he might not be as successful in convincing those with political power. He asked if I might have a solution, and I suggested a certain Imperial Lord Magistrate turned Liberator.
One of your co-conspirators?
Master Quinton would probably call me one of his, but yes.
Another outlaw, then.
Más o
Just
menos.
the thing we need to put these rotten politicos in their places. Good thinking, Clive.
I'm glad you approve.
The more the merrier, eh?
Uncle, assuming Havel and Quinton can solve our problem with the armies, you still haven't mentioned how we might manage the grain shortages.
Oh, don't you worry, my boy. The 7 high houses will be seeing to that. They have all agreed to make the most generous of donations. Oh, of course, it did take a little persuasion, but luckily I had some unexpected help.
From who?
Why, you, my boy. Rumor has it that you rescued the Lady Ariane's head steward Rockford from a horde of bloodthirsty bandits.
It was more of a handful.
Well, the old battle axe was so pleased. She had a shipload of talents delivered to my private docks by the next new moon. And when the other houses saw the parsimonious old crone's purse strings finally loosen, they as good as tripped over themselves in the rush to follow suit.
Bueno, por lo menos.
Happy to hear it.
Now, I must be getting back to the manor. Join us there at your earliest convenience, would you?
Of course, Uncle.
Seguro que sí.
And how?
O sea, ni siquiera se pudo cambiar de ropa, por
Get
Dios.
to the capital if the roads are still overrun with Akashic.
You find another bloody road. I only have so many men, and I'm not about to send them headlong into an ether flood. That is, unless you'd have them turn as well.
Well, I'd certainly eat less.
Says the man with a belly bigger than a bandit curls. My soldiers actually need their rations. Without any food to keep them going, they'll be dead even before you've sent them on your fool's errand.
If I may, gentlemen, perhaps I might suggest an alternative approach. Though supply routes are indeed disrupted, there is no shortage of ships. Indeed, they bob away in every bay from here to Randalar, awaiting a safe haven. Allow them to make port and fill their bellies full of grain. And once those who crowd the cities are fed, ferry the displaced back to the countryside to work the fallow fields. But I'm sure that you wish to continue your discussion. Forgive the interruption. Two such firm friends as yourselves need no help from the likes of me. Rutherford spoke fondly of the great bond between you.
Us? Friends? I can't stand the man!
Clive, I'm beginning to question the quality of the company you keep.
And what kind of company are you expecting him to keep? The man's a criminal!
Criminal? How dare you? You are not fit to breathe the same air as this fine, upstanding young gentleman.
Upstanding? He calls himself Sid the Bloody Outlaw!
Once more unto the breach.
Bueno, lo bueno es que casi llegaron a un acuerdo.
Shall we begin again? What we seek here is not to create a new nation, nor to claim the thrones of those that already exist. We wish simply to bring stability to the realm that mankind might weather the current storm. And to do that, we must convince those in power, the generals, the statesmen, the nobles, that our cause is just. There will be disagreements, yes, and I imagine some resistance, much resistance. But we cannot let that deter us. If we show them the path, show them that we walk it ourselves, then I am confident they will follow. The fate of the world lies in my nephew's hands, but the well-being of her people lies in ours. And we must not squander the chance that Clive has given us.
Uncle Byron,
Buen punto.
Now, with that settled, let's move on to the signing of the accord. For what great moment in history hasn't been accompanied by a little ceremony? Citizens of Valisthea, I present to you the Triunity. Rutherford, Mike Will. Well, my boy, the stage is set.
That it is.
This is the role you were born for. Now I ask only that you trust in the talents of your supporting cast. We shall play our parts to the best of our abilities, that you might have the opportunity to shine. The realm needs its Sir Crandall, and there is no better Crandall than you, Clive. I want you to keep this signed accord as proof of our faith in you.
I will. Thank you, Uncle.
Puedes ver una invitación de Clive, ok. O sea, todo te lo dan con medallones inútiles. O sea, ya, güey, tampoco que no memen. O sea, porque siente que lo que... O sea, sí, está bien la historia, lo que quieras, pero... algunos, la neta, no tanto. Puta madre. Los side quests hacen... Obviamente todavía no puedo agotar Tamerung porque todavía me falta un oricalco y un acero. Ralentizan la historia demasiado. Pues sí, obvio, digo, pues para eso son. O sea, yo sé, suena raro, pero en realidad para eso son. Se supone que es para que expandir, ¿no? La historia y que te sientas como más involucrado, pero a veces, o sea, es así, en este juego, digo, en todos, ¿no? Pero, o sea, en todos los que hay side quests, bueno, es que unos side quests que son como mejores, pero bueno, en fin, el punto está en que, pues, digo, los side quests al final son eso, ¿no? Son Dice Sergio, bueno, yo me retiro por hoy. Seifer, feliz noche, gente. Gracias, hermano, gracias por pasarte por aquí. Nos vemos el día de mañana. Sí, la cosa es que se supone que son para que pues, disfrutes más el juego, para que tengas más cosas que hacer, para que, no, o sea...
You make it sound like I asked you to save the world or something.
Tell me, this is all you need.
It's most of what I need. After you left, I went over the figures again, and I realized I'd forgotten a 1 and a 0.
Obviamente hay, por ejemplo, side quest, como los de Final Fantasy VIII, que no era un side quest. Bueno, sí, el Triple Triad. Ese era divertidísimo, ¿no? Sacar a Odín, sacar a Bahamut, la receta de Doom Train, o sea, todo eso pues, eran side quests. Aquí la diferencia es que pues casi, bueno, no. Es que te voy a decir, el mejor equipo es en la historia, pero la verdad es que no.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project yet?
Sid, is Mid still hiding from us?
Sí.
She wasn't hiding. She's fine. She's just busy working on her next project.
Dice Joe, es que creo que hicieron los side quests al estilo de un MMO. Creo que es de los puntos más débiles del juego. Lo que ves son largos como la cuaresma. Realmente no sientes como que obtengas algo así como, o sea, super accesorios o bueno, o sea, es que por ejemplo, o sea, sí aumenta la capacidad de ítems, por ejemplo. La Ragnarok pues, también te la dan en un side quest. ¿Qué más? Algunos accesorios, pues también, ¿no?
Everything we can find. All the pieces that are left over, we keep under our beds, just in case.
Podrías no hacerlos. No sé cuánto tiempo te tomaría la historia. Yo creo que no sé ni cuántas horas llevamos. Por cierto, no sé si hay alguna manera de ver cuántas horas de juego llevo, pero
We have more parts if Mid needs them.
That's all for now. But I'll let Mid know about your hoard. Just in case.
Thanks, Sid.
que la ves, o sea. Claro, porque el quest empieza con los niños, ¿no? Entonces, bueno, es para que te enteres de...
Did they have it?
Sly te dice si ves el juego en el menú de PlayStation 5. Ah, mira, ahorita lo checo.
Will it work? He's perfect.
Más seguro lo puedo ver por aquí.
You're a genius.
A ver, información. 90 gigas. Ah, no, mira, es la versión 1.000.003. Ah, pues aquí no me dice nada en información. No, porque me dice que llevo 38 horas. Nah, imposible que lleve tan poquito.
Clive.
What exactly are you going to use it for?
Only the most important job of all. The wings aren't going to move on their own. But with the right cog in the right place.
Sí, 38 horas se me hace poco.
You just wait and see.
Ya llevamos prácticamente el jueves 22 de junio lo comencé. O sea, hace prácticamente 2 semanas y jueves, viernes, sábado, domingo, lunes y 4 días. Ah, mira, se parece al barco volador de... de toda la vida.
Titan's tits.
Wasn't supposed to fly, was it?
Of course it was supposed to fly. Wouldn't be much of an airship if it didn't. Honestly, these bloody engines are driving me mad. I was so sure this would be the day she soared. The Mithril engine was made to make dreams come true. But maybe this is one dream the world's better off without.
Wow.
Show folk how to take flying. It won't be long till they're raining death down on each other. People will lose their homes. Children, their mums and their dads. Like I lost mine.
I'm sorry.
So am I, Clive. So am I. Sorry that I have to choose. Do I follow my head, or do I follow my heart?
Good question. The first time I stood on the deck of your ship.
Si yo, eso me recordó como Final Fantasy V, el diseño del airship, el ingeniero Mist también.
Like I was flying, but imagine how it would feel to actually do it.
My dad always said there were two ways of living life. Chasing a dream or shuffling to your grave. And he were right. Right about a lot of things. Not that I like to admit it. People need dreams to chase. Especially in a world like this. Right. When this is over, I'm gonna take all my Mithril engines to Zemeckis and sling them over the edge. I won't have my dream end up turning into someone else's nightmare.
But all that hard work.
All that hard work will not be used for war, Jamie. But it ain't like it'll be gone. Tell me, Clive, have you ever been on a treasure hunt?
Since Joshua and I were boys. Why do you ask?
Because I'm gonna bury the engine schematics and leave behind a little riddle telling people where to find them. A really hard one, so that only the most dedicated dreamers will ever be able to work it out. Ooh, I can picture it now. Some daft general squinting at the words with a gormless expression on his mug. Like that one, yeah.
Right.
Pues sí, a lo mejor este mundo no necesita un barco volador.
Of course, if I'm putting this engine at the end of a treasure hunt, I'll still need to make it a treasure worth hunting for. Won't be much of a prize if it couldn't even make a toy boat fly after all. My dad always said, dream big. But it ain't the size of a dream that's important, is it, Clive? Only that it's a good one. And I reckon I've got a fair few good uns left in me.
I'm sure you do.
I hear that you traveled to Ash, Sid. Did you by any chance recover the names of my fallen friends?
I did. Yes.
If I may? The bearer registry. The director was a brutal man. He got no worse than he deserved.
The registry was all I found beneath the tree. There was no sign of a body. Or any record of what happened to the children after the orphanage closed.
I pray that at least some of them survived. All their names are here. The ones we lost. My friends. My light in those dark times. I can still remember their faces. Like it was yesterday. Children who were taken from their bunks in the morning. Never to return. No explanation ever offered.
They'd be happy to know that you survived, Herman.
But why did I make it out alive, when so many others died in that awful place?
It's not your fault. And blaming yourself won't bring them back. Honor their memory. See that their names live on. That way, at least. They're never truly gone.
Thank you. Sid, I'm going to write a book. An account of the horrors of Badbach, and the spirit of those its custodians sought to crush. All of Valisthea will know of our suffering, and in the name of those I lost, I will not let it happen again.
Neither will I.
These records would have been buried for all eternity, were it not for you. Thank you.
Pues yo creo que hasta aquí le vamos a dejar el día de hoy, queridos hermanos. Si es hora de ir a mimir, ya es bastante tarde. Ya, la verdad es que estoy bien cansado. Yo creo que ya quería sacar la Rotterdam, pero creo que eso va a ser un poco complicado. Pero que mejor le seguimos el día de mañana. Yo por lo pronto me despido. Recuerden dejar su like, recuerden suscribirse y compartir este hermosísimo directo de esta telenovela. Yo fui Seifer y hasta luego.